He was just a boy, loved by his father, gifted with dreams from God. But his story wasn't easy. Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, forgotten in prison. It seemed like everything was lost. But God had a plan. This is the true story of Joseph, how one dream changed everything. A story of faith through the darkest moments and a rise to power no one could have imagined. And if you love stories like this, ones filled with hope, courage, and God's purpose, why not stick around? Tap like and subscribe so you won't miss the next adventure. Now, let's begin. It all started with a gift that made his brothers jealous. Joseph was just 17, the youngest of 12 brothers. He helped his father around the fields, told the truth, sometimes too much of it, and dreamed big dreams. But there was something else about Joseph, something his brothers couldn't ignore. Their father, Jacob, loved him most. And one day, he showed it. Joseph walks beside his father, carrying a small bundle of hay, smiling as they talk. Jacob reaches into a cloth bundle and unfolds a brilliant robe, rich in deep red, royal blue, and golden thread. Joseph puts it on. The robe flows as he moves. He laughs quietly, turning to show his father. The brothers, standing in the shadows, watching Joseph with furrowed brows. One of them mutters, "Of course it's for him." To Joseph, it was a robe, a gift of love. But to his brothers watching from a distance, it was a symbol. A crown Joseph didn't earn, a favorite they could never be. From that day on, things were different. Joseph wore his robe proudly, not to show off, but because it made him feel special. And maybe, just maybe, a little important. But his brothers couldn't stand the sight of him, not anymore. The brothers were working in a field, their tunics dusty, sweat on their brows. Joseph walked toward them wearing his vibrant robe. One brother whispered to another, "Look at him. Robe like royalty while we're out here breaking our backs." Joseph greeted them cheerfully. "I had the strangest dream last night. Want to hear it?" He didn't mean to make it worse. He was just excited. But what he said next made their anger boil over. "We were tying up bundles of grain in the field, and suddenly, my bundle stood tall and all of yours gathered around it and bowed down." Joseph said, smiling. One brother laughs coldly. "So, you think you're going to rule over us now?" Another shouts, "Maybe we should bow right now, Your Highness." Their hearts burned with jealousy, not just because of a robe, but because Joseph believed one day they would all bow before him. And whether it was pride or prophecy, they weren't going to let it happen. Not long after that dream came a day Joseph never saw coming. His brothers had gone far from home, tending their flocks. So Jacob, their father, sent Joseph to check on them. Joseph was happy to go. He had no idea what his brothers had been planning. Joseph walks through dry hills, robe flowing. He spots his brothers in the distance, resting near a cluster of rocky terrain. From afar, the brothers see him approaching. The robe makes him easy to recognize. When they saw him coming, something dark stirred inside them. This was their chance. One brother said angrily, "Here comes the dreamer." Another says, "Let's get rid of him." For good. The other brother said hesitantly, "We can't hurt him, can we?" As Joseph arrives, the brothers suddenly grab him. He stumbles, confused. "What are you doing?" They drag him toward a dry, dark pit, a narrow hole in the ground. Joseph pleads, struggling, "Wait! Please, what did I do?" They shove him in. Dust rises. Joseph lands hard at the bottom, stunned. Joseph called out to them, but no one answered. The robe that once made him feel special now lay crumpled in the dirt. The brothers walk away from the edge, the robe held in one of their hands. Joseph was now all alone. His brothers were gone. His cries echoed from the pit, but no one answered. It looked like the end of the story, but it was only the beginning. Join us in part 2 as Joseph's journey continues, from pain to purpose, from prison to the palace. Don't miss what happens next. And remember, even when the world throws us into a pit, God is still writing the story.